Right, just the mood, coming to Las Vegas, kind of all that goes with it. Obviously, saw your social media with the cool graphics and whatnot. I mean, just talk about your excitement.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Going into my sixth year, it's always exciting to be able to play football. Um, but it's a little different coming here because I think I can really get an opportunity to excel here. So I'm really excited. I guess that's the word, just excited.
Raiders fans will probably remember you for that 2020 game. You might have broken a couple hearts that day. How are you hoping to make it up to Raider Nation this season?
Yeah, I figure it's only right I come back and try to do a few more of those plays in silver and black. So here I am.
Hey, Mack, what appeals to you about this offense? With the new head coach, new play caller, and the pieces that are returning.
I think the ability to move guys in a lot of different places. You see Renfro out wide, you see him in the slot. It's not really one dimensional, and I think that's big for me because I think I can be more than an outside guy. I think in the NFL a lot of times you get put in a box. If you're over 6'3", then you're an outside guy. If you're under 6'2", then you're an inside guy. And if you're in the gap in between, you're just kind of I don't know, are you fast enough to run by guys or not? Looking how Coach McDaniels has coached in the past, the offense that he kind of runs, I know there's an opportunity to do what I'm good at. And what that is, to be determined, which is exciting because you're not put in a box of, hey, this is what he used to be good at or he was good in this offense at. If I'm showing up and I'm really good at this in this offense, then this is what I'll be able to do. And that's, as a player, that's encouraging to, hey, go out there, play your heart out, and they'll make the puzzle pieces fit.
How would you describe your own skill set then? If you don't want to be put in a box,
Yeah.
you want to be versatile, obviously, but how would you describe yourself?
I think I definitely have the ability to stretch the field. I think that's what, I guess, since college has kind of been my thing. But I also think that I can be a good route runner for the size that I am. I think people think that I can't run routes, and I can. I can go in the slot, and I can beat defenders one-on-one. So I know I can be more than just a stretch the field guy.
What have you taken away so far from those you've met in the organization, particularly if you've met Coach Josh McDaniels?
Really, a lot of what I've been hearing is about the history. Once a Raider, always a Raider. That's kind of something that I've only been here, an hour or two, and that's really stuck with me, and I think that's important. I think it's often overlooked, the history of a team and how a team got to where they are. Why did they move from Oakland? How did they build up in Oakland? I just found out that the logo was designed by the father of the head equipment manager, and that's his face. No, I've been in the league 6 years. I've followed football for 28 years, and I never knew I thought they just made up some guy's face, like somebody drew a smiley face on him and put a patch. Those are the type of things that are cool to know and make you feel more connected to the organization. So since I've been here, that's been really awesome.
So you don't know who drew the dolphin logo then?
I do not. I don't know who put that dolphin on there. I really don't know. That's
It's Ventura.
that's probably who it was. Laces out. Come on.
Going back to 2020, obviously you didn't get to feel the full effect of, I guess, Raider Nation and the brand new stadium. You just said you got here an hour ago. You let your mind wander of what it means to be able to play in front of that crowd, do it in that stadium, full lights, Vegas, all that it comes with?
A little bit. I think I gave myself like 10 seconds when I was in the equipment room putting on a helmet. I'm gonna have black and silver on and go to work, and it's gonna be in a crazy brand new stadium, and I'm gonna be on the other side of it. I'm gonna be the cheers are gonna be for me instead of against me. So that's it's cool to think about to be able to drive by it on the way in, and I'll be in there in 6 months' time or 5 months' time.
Mack, you're coming off of a career season. What do you think you did last season to really kind of elevate yourself and kind of developing who you are as a player, and how do you bring that here?
I think just never getting comfortable with where you are, never thinking you've arrived. That's the message of the NFL, I guess, is once you think you've arrived, that's when they ship you out. So just continuing to put in work, continuing to act like it's 2017 and I'm a rookie coming out of North Carolina. And that's how I'll continue to elevate my game and continue to make plays when called upon. And that's all you can do as a player is make plays when called upon.
Is there anyone on this team in particular that you're excited to build a relationship with and get to work with?
As a receiver, obviously Derek Carr is big. That's the guy you have to mesh with a lot. But Hunter Renfro, we both played in the ACC. We played against each other a couple times when he was at Clemson. So it'll be cool to kind of reconnect with him.
You guys all set? All right.
Good. Appreciate it, y'all.
First up. Well, just being here in Vegas, driving by the stadium, Sin City, all that it comes with. What are your emotions, over the last 48 hours or so of getting here?
Just getting here is just giving me goosebumps. I'm so excited, so ready to work, just feeling the energy of the city, looking at the stadium, looking at this beautiful facility, all the resources that they provide their players with. Man, I'm just looking at it as a wonderful opportunity.
When you see that on that defensive line, Max Crosby, Chandler Jones,
Yeah.
just more goosebumps or what?
Yeah, more goosebumps. Anytime you get to be out there on the field with players of that type of caliber, players that put in the work and, got the accolades to back it up, oh, man, it's special. I feel like it's going to be good for all of us. And I can't wait to line up with those dudes. I'm getting excited sitting here talking about it with you.
There's some familiarity for you here in the building with Champ Kelly.
Yeah.
How much did that help kind of lure you here to see what the organization was building?
It definitely played a part. Me and Champ, we have a great relationship. And when he came here, I always knew that was going to be a possibility. So he definitely played a huge role in it. And, the Raiders just done believing in me and giving me an opportunity. I'm forever grateful for that. Just knowing that you have an organization behind you that's, that believe in you and want to give you an opportunity to go out there and display what you can do to the world. I'm just blessed to have the opportunity.
When you hear about like Patrick Graham's system and the way that he works the defense and the set packages, like where do you see yourself fitting in those roles?
I just see myself being versatile, just showcasing what I can do in each spot, and wherever it is that the team feel like I'm best at, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just here to play my butt off and play any spot that need to be played and win games, point blank, period.
Having played the Raiders last year, was there any particular player that you saw or played against that you really kind of stuck out to you as being a teammate you really were excited to play with?
One thing I do remember about playing the Raiders last year was that going into the game, I don't know, every time you play the Raiders, it's going to be a slugfest. That was one thing that was talked about all week. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to go down to the last minute, and it's going to be a slugfest. So I just remember when we played them last year, it was a situation where it's like everybody was very physical and gritty. And that basically won me over because I tried to play the same exact way. So for me, it was like coming into a philosophy where I try to do the same exact thing. It was a no-brainer for me.
And going off of that, a big theme of today has been just the history of the Raiders and how far back their ties go. Being able to now play in a silver and black uniform, what does that mean to you?
Oh, it's amazing. I grew up watching the Raiders. It's a dream come true, honestly. Never in a million years would I have ever thought that this would be possible. So, I'm just really sitting in here taking this moment in and just cherishing every bit of it and taking everything, just grateful for everything. And I just can't wait to get started.
Patrick Graham has said that the topic of a 3-4 versus a 4-3 is kind of outdated in today's NFL, that basically a nickel is the base anymore. But for somebody in your position, where you're at down there in the interior, how does that factor into your decision to come here, your decision to as you said, you want to be versatile, but how does all of that kind of play out in your mind as a player?
Well, I looked at it as a situation where I could be able to display different things. Whether it's a 3-4, being able to play each position on the line, whether it's a 4-3, being able to play the 1 technique, the 3 technique, it kind of fell back into me being able to display the versatility that I have, which is, I feel like is one of my strongest suits as a player, me being versatile. So, it just felt like an easy decision for me. And then also given the track record, with coaching, the players he's been able to develop, the things he's been able to do in this league, it just felt like a perfect opportunity.
You had Khalil on one end in Chicago, now you come here, you got Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, obviously. I mean, how much does that help you out? How much do you help them out?
I know, you can say I've been a little spoiled in my career. But anytime you get to play with dudes like that, they make your job easier. You know what I'm saying? So, I want to go out there and take advantage of the opportunity. Those guys are going to get a lot of attention, and, that's where I come in. So, I'm excited.
I know your phone's probably been blowing up, but have you been able to meet or chat with any of the guys? I know obviously a couple of them just
Yeah.
come through the halls here. I mean, what are those conversations like? Who have you been able to chat with?
Yeah. I've been able to chat with Mac, and it's funny. As soon as the news broke out, Max Crosby actually reached out to me, so I appreciate that. Me and him been talking, so I'm excited, man. I can't wait. It's a standard here. It's held very high, and I'm excited to to go out there and meet it each and every day.
Did you happen to cross paths with Chandler?
Not yet. I'm quite sure very soon though. Not yet though.
Think the Blue Hens are gonna pull off the upset tomorrow?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm rocking with the Blue Hens all day. All day.
You guys all good?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate you.